Hello everyone. Am I audible, guys? Can someone confirm?
Yes, sir, loud and clear. Good evening, sir.
Very good evening. Very good evening, all. How are you all doing? All good?
Yes,
Great, great, great. So, welcome you all in today's session, and we are going to discuss about the CCNP ENCOR and ENARSI roadmaps, right, and training program. How it is going to be happen? What is the right approach to learn this CCNP ENCOR and ENARSI by considering the next generation networking requirement, digital transformation requirement, and what are the key advantages we have while completing this CCNP in core in NRC if I compare with the traditional CCNP routing switching. So that also we'll try to understand. In addition of that, we'll see what kind of the content you guys are going to get from this CCNP course curriculum, including CCNP in core and CCNP NRC. Right, so I have please mute. I have seen people having always challenges to choose the right career path in terms of the CCNP because always having background like I need to complete CCNP routing and switching, but that is quite old, right? Now we have the new module that is known as the CCNP in core and also that is known as the CCNP NRC. So we just have to talk about CCNP in core and NRC instead of the just routing and switching. So if I show you about the presentation deck, you can see we have the CCNP in RC training program and also we have the CCNP in core training program, right? So why this is the in core and NRC two different module we have and what should I start learning? That's the main confusion everyone have. I have done my CCNA, which module is good for me, which certification I need to do, how my CCI roadmap is going to be look like, which module I need to do in the CCI after CCNP. So a lot of confusion we have in the audience. So I'll try to just break all the confusions and I'll just clear that all confusion so you guys will understand what is CCNP in core, what is CCNP NRC, and how my career roadmap look like. Rahul, you have any questions you want to ask? Okay, I believe. Let me meet you. Okay, guys. So let us start, right? So before I start explaining from the slide, I'll simply go for the Google, right? And later I'll show you the slides as well. And first, let me search about Cisco certification roadmap, right? So if you're going to find, you're going to get first two websites. One is a Cisco certification roadmap and one is Cisco certification career path. So we'll try to explore one by one, both of the particular content and URL. So if I just click on it, you are going to find the entire learning path for that particular certifications. And this is your how it is going to be certification roadmap. The same content is going to be happen, but you can see we have the lot of kind of the courses available in the market for the Cisco. We have the data center, we have the app automation, that the DevNet, we have the service providers, we have the cyber security, the security. So how I should start and which course is going to be start for me? And you can see we have the upcoming jam changes, means overall how many certification we have. So DevNet is trending course nowadays in the market. Everyone is talking about the automation, DevNet, Python, JSON, Ansible. So that also we'll discuss, right? So we have the different kind of the course for the DevNet also. Cyber security, the trending course also, right? So you can see a lot of cyber security courses available for the Cisco as well. Also, we have the service provider courses, right? You can see. So I discuss what is service provider courses. We have the CCNA, right? So CCNA is one of the exam. I believe whatever audience I can see in front of me, they all have the CCNA knowledge, right? So certification is one prerequisite. You can go for certification if you want to go for the CCNP and CCI. But if you just want to build your career, you want to get good opportunity in the networking and security and cyber security in the cloud infrastructure, the very first step you have to do your CCNA exam, means CCNA certification, or might be you have the good knowledge of the CCNA. So that's why you can see we have the exam 200 dot dash 301 CCNA version 1.1. This is, and we'll see what is exam topic. Then we have further the security, we have the enterprise. So in this enterprise, you are going to find the ENCOR and NRC exam, and followed by the another exam, like we have the SD-WAN, we have the data center, we have the like wireless, automations, security. So a lot of exams are also available. So how I should go for the enterprise exam? And what is the career roadmap for the enterprise exam as well? So I'll explain that also. We have the collaboration. So what is the collaboration? That is like more about like you have seen about the Cisco voice solutions, like how IP phones, COCM, voice gateways, right? How they are going to integrate in with your IP network. So that is the collaborations, right? So security service provider to ISP, like you have the Airtel, Verizon, AT&T networks. So that is going to cover under the service providers as well, right? And if I talk about the data center, that's the key concept, right? And without data center, you cannot host your services across any locations. So that's why data center is also very important thing. And everyone should have some basic idea about data center, because being a routing switching engineer, being a like a security engineer, being a cyber security engineer, being the automation engineer, DevNet engineer, might we have to always work on the data center product. So you should also have the very good knowledge about the data centers, right? So we also have the DC core, we have the DC ID, we have the DC ACI, and automations we have also, you can see, right? So a lot of things are available in the data center as well. So I'll explain how the roadmap is going to happen in the next slide. In addition of that, we have the CCD exam, that is the highest level exam that will going to be beyond of the CCI. So that we are not going to discuss right now, but yes, still CCI will discuss how my roadmap is going to be happen and what is my correct right path. So let's start with the certification. I hope you guys are able to see this screen, right? So if you see that, let's suppose I'm the engineer. I have just done my graduation, and this graduation might be from the any BTech or BE, right? I can go for the any BTech, Bachelor of Technology or Bachelor of Engineering, or might be I have done for the BCA or MCA. Might be I have done like BA or BCom or any other graduation diploma and all, right? So always having your opportunity, like always you have the opportunity to become the IT engineer, because to become the IT engineer, your degree is not going to matter. Your unique skill is going to matter, right? So there is two paths we have. If I want to become the IT engineer, I can go for the like coding domain. So let me just clear. So I have the option. If I have the interest, I can go for the coding. Like I can become the C++, I can become the Java engineer, I can become the Python engineer, right? I can become the HTML, right? I can become the React. Like we have a lot of programming language. So you have to learn those programming language. And if you have the really good knowledge of the programming language, you can become the software engineer, right? But you have very good knowledge of the codings. If you have the coding skill set, you can become the software engineer. But let's suppose you don't like coding, right? And still you want to go in the IT world. Then what is the path for me? So for that person, even that is a BA, BCom, BCA, MCA, right? BA, BTech, anyone can do that. That's there is another profile that is known as the non-coding job in IT. And this is something where your networking come in a picture, your security come in a picture, your cloud networking, cloud security come in a picture. So if you have an interest, right, in a coding, you can go in the IT world by choosing this path, right? You have to learn a lot of programming language, but you don't have any interest in the coding and you want to still get a high paid job. Like you want to earn up to 50 lakh, 1 to 1 CR. You can just compare with the currency with like might be in the USA. So 10,000 US dollar, 15,000 US dollar, 20,000 US dollar. So still this option is available with you. You can actually go and grab those opportunity, but you cannot get easily 10,000, 15,000 US in a day one. No, it's not like that. You have to follow the right roadmap, right path, right certification, right knowledge. Then only you can get the right job, and then you are going to get right salary. So everything should be in right. Then only the right thing is going to come in your hand. So that's why in non-coding world, right, we have the major vendor that is a networking, where one of the vendor have the monopoly, that is a Cisco. So we have the Cisco, that is a vendor. We have the Juniper, right? We have the another vendor, like we have the Palo Alto, right? We have the Fortinet basically. We have the Versa network, right? Etc. We have a lot of network available. So HP, you can just consider Huawei, ZTE. A lot of vendors are available in the market who providing the network and security solutions, right? But which solution should I choose and what is the right path? So I'm just quickly briefing in next 5 minutes and then we'll back to our original agenda, that is a CCNP. So sorry for that, but I just want to convey so you have the right expectation and right direction to just complete your career aspiration or might be whatever you want to achieve in your future 5 year, 3 year in upcoming goals. So that's very important. So Cisco having the high market cap. This Cisco have the high market cap. That's why Cisco devices are available everywhere. Means if you are working from the home, right? You are going to might be find the Cisco routers. If you are working from the office, you are going to find the Cisco router, Cisco switch, Cisco APs, right? Cisco firewall, Cisco servers, Cisco other like cloud solutions. So a lot of options are available from Cisco. So if you want to manage those devices, let's suppose you want to manage router. Manage means you want to just make sure it's working fine. You want to manage the switch, right? You want to manage the firewalls. You want to manage the servers. So you have some set of knowledge, right? And that's where networking knowledge come in a picture. Because you have to manage, means you, if any problem is going to happen in these devices, so being IT person, you have to make sure you have the right step to fix those problems. Let's suppose one router is not getting power on. So you have to check why this power on is not working. Might be the power supply has been failed. Might be the power code which is coming to that particular device that is not particularly working fine. Might be some other hardware fault, ASIC level fault is going to happen that you not need to check, but at least you can just figure out what is happening inside of the router by based on the LED and all. In the same time, might be router is not able to connect with the internet. So you have to check what the ISP link terminating the router, how my bandwidth utilization will look like, either my link is down or up. So you can just do the basic health check and you can come to know what is the actual issue with my routers. Similarly, my switch port is not working. So you can just do the VLAN configuration. You can check the STP, RSTP, VTP. You can check about MSTP. You can check about the other HSRP. A lot of things are there. You can do that. So the first step, that is entry level, right? So basically that entry level can be skipped if you really want. There is an exam that is a CCST, that is a known as a Cisco Certified Support Technician. But it is like a very simple exam. Even you want to skip that, you can skip and you can directly jump with the CCNA, where it is known as a Cisco Certified Network Associate, right? And in this CCNA, you are going to get detailed understanding about the entire Cisco networking, right? And once you have the very good knowledge about the routing protocols, like the how the my RIP is going to work, how my static routing is going to work, how my EIGRP is going to work, how my OSPF is going to work, means basic concept understanding if you have, then you have the like good like approach to just solve any problem. So you can move to the next level of course. So what is my next level of course after CCNA? So you can see even in the CCNA, if I just want to show you, we have the lot of track. So if I want to become the network engineer, pure network engineer, so basically I have to do CCNA, that is for the networking. If I have a like interest to become in the automations, so I have the first step, I need to go and crack the Cisco certified DevNet associate. So this is known as the Dev ASC, right? So this is your certification name. So you can do that also. If you want to become your career in the cyber security, so you can go and do this exam as well. Cyber security, that is a CBROPS, that is the exam code, and this is the exam code 200.201. But still, I would suggest if you want to become either DevNet engineer, cyber security engineer, or any other course you want to do that, means you want to become the cloud engineer, you want to become the firewall engineer, Still I would suggest, please do this CCNA. Please do this CCNA. I'm emphasizing because it's a very important, guys. Because CCNA is the basic foundation, basic understanding of the networking. And it is going to use even the DevNet, if it is going to use in the cyber security. So if you're coming from the CCNA and also you're going to do the DevNet certification and cybersecurity certification, it's very easy for you to do that certification. So I'm assuming you guys have the that much knowledge. That's why you joined the CCNP session today. So let's not talk much here and let's shift our focus on the CCNP. That is the professional level of certifications, right? So let's suppose you've done the CCNA. What next? So how my journey is going to look like after CCNA? So after CCNA, basically you have the multiple options. Means you can do for the CCNP enterprise, you have the CCNP service provider. If you have some kind of the CCNP data center, you have the CCNP security, CCNP collaboration. So which one I should choose, right? So it's totally up to you. And you have, like, you have done the market trend, market research, then you can choose. But being an instructor, I can help you to select the right course after CCNA. So you can see what is CCNP means enterprise. CCNP enterprise have the two exam, that is your CCNP ENCOR and another CCNP NRC. You can give these two exam to become that CCNP enterprise. If you don't want to do this NRC, you have the other option also. You can go for the SD-WAN, you can go for the security, you can go for the wireless automation. Lot of things you can do that. But let's suppose we are talking about the CCNP routing and switching. So if I want to do CC after CCNA, I want to do CCNP, and that is technically routing and switching. So which module is going to cover? So for that, earlier we have two papers, routing and switching. But now we have new things, that is CCNP ENCOR plus CCNP NRC. So I will explain what is inside of CCNP ENCOR and what is inside of CCNP NRC. But it is as equal to CCNP routing and switching. But in addition of routing and switching, you are going to get more stuff from this CCNP. You are going to get like how my SD-WAN network is going to look like, how my SD access network is going to look like, how my wireless network is going to look like, how my overall network architecture is going to happen, how I can do the automation work, how I can do some security enforcement. So that was earlier not available in the routing and switching, but these new chapters have been added. So CCNP ENCOR recently also added the lab practical examination. Means earlier it was the multiple choice question only, but recently they have added the, if you want to appear in the exams, you have to do some kind of the simulation as well in the lab. So that's also you have to keep in your mind. But if you have the, like, if you have the choice to become the CCNP, then this track is for you and you can club these two exam. If you have want to become in service provider, so you have to give this exam SP core, and then you can select the this any exam to become the service provider exam. Then you want to become the data center engineer, so you can give the exam DC core, and then you can select the DC ID exam. That is a optional, you can give that. Then you are going to become the data center engineer. If you have the interest for CCNP security, you can give this S-core exam, and then you can choose for the SNCF exam as well to just become the CCNP security engineer. Similarly, if you want to become the collaborations, so you have the CL core, and then you can choose the CLI-CA exam as well. So most of the time, even someone is going to become a data center engineer, they basically do the CCNP. And CCNP is like a base. After CCNA, you have the very good knowledge of CCNP. Then you can go for the like further examination for the data center, security, collaboration to earn more money and get the more professional growth. To just want to make sure you have the right multi-skill kind of the portfolio in your CV. So that is going to give the more edge as compared to the other colleagues. So you're going to get more opportunities. So it's up to you. But that's key takeaway. If you have done CCNS, you have to do the CCNP, and CCNP, you have to do the CCNP ENCOR. That is the prerequisite. And then you can choose any exam. Let's suppose you want to become the very SD-WAN expert. So you have to give this exam. You want to become the automation expert. Then you have to give this exam. But CCNP ENCOR is the must exam. And even you want to become the CCI engineer. Let's suppose you done the CCNA. You've done the CCNP. Now you have dream to become the CCI engineer. So CCNP in core is the prerequisite to go and give the CCI exam. So if you don't have the CCNP in core knowledge and you have not have the written like passing score, then you cannot become the CCI engineer as well. Okay. So that's why you have to make sure you just give this exam, and then after you have to go and become the CCI. And CCI further, this is the last step where you can get the more expertise. So similar to the CCNA, means CCNA have the single track, but if I talk the CCNP, we have the multi-track. So if I have done the CCNP enterprise, so next step I have to become the CCI enterprise. That's I'm the routing switching expert. If I done the service provider CCNP, so I need to become CCI of service provider. If I have done the CCNP security, then CCI in the my security. Data center, then you have this. Data center exam is here, and wireless is another exam. So for wireless also you require this CCNP in core is a prerequisite. CCNP in core, if you are going to do that, you have the two verticals. You can go for the CCI infrastructure, that's this exam, or you can go for the data, wireless as well. So both option is available with you. So you can give that exam as well. And that's collaboration also. And CCD is last exam, one of the toughest and highest exam after CCI. If you want to become CCD, that also you can do that. And here you can see that if you want to get the professional degree of the CCNP, so you have to give the one core exam. This is your core exam, and then you have the like concentration exam. You can choose any of the exam from this to become that particular CCNP engineer. Now you guys tell me any question till here. Anyone? Why CCNP and CCNP in core and RC is there? Please let me know if you have any question. Any? No? All right. So I consider there's no questions. Please let me know if you have any questions so I can just take that. So now how this training module is going to look like, and what is the step-by-step approach from where you can get the all CCNP like step-by-step knowledge. So for that, we have the like new training program we are launching, right? And in this we are going to, there is two option, right? So we have, let me just go in this slide only. So if I want to start learning about the CCNP in core, so in CCNP in core you are going to get the mix kind of skills, like you are going to get like automation skill, you are going to get some kind of the routing skills, you are going to get some kind of switching skills, you are going to get some kind of the firewall skills, might be theoretically. You're going to get some kind of the wireless skills, right? You're going to get some kind of the SD-WAN skills. You're going to get SD access skills. So a lot of skills are there you are going to get, but this is just a very small concept you are going to get. But overall, you understand how my modern infrastructure is going to look like. But if you want to become more specialization in routing, so you have to do the CCNP NRC. So let's suppose in CCNA NRC, if you want to become a champion of the EIGRP, you want to become a champion of the OSPF, you want to run champion of the BGP, MPLS, right? You want to become a champion of the DMVPN, you want to become a champion of the IPv6, right? So this kind of the advanced routing concept you are going to get inside of the CCNP NRC. So NRC is more focused about and concentrated about the routing part. And that is the key things. Without routing, nothing is going to work. So let me quickly explain how the routing fundamental is going to look like and what all topics we have in CCNP NRC. And then I'll move to the ENCOR as well. So let me. Okay, so basically this training, one CCNP module, like either you are going to select for ENCOR or NRC, it is going to take around 2 months of the training. So when we start, right, and that is going to start by this Saturday. So that is going to happen 2+ month of the training, and there you are going to get the complete network security understanding. Means basically you're going to get the routing understanding, and that is going to be online, and everything you are going to learn about CCNP and RC. In lab also, you are going to get to perform the different labs. So we are going to give the labs where you can do the lot of labs. Let's suppose you want to do the wireless lab, you want to do some kind of the ping trace, you want to do some kind of RSPAN routing, advanced routing, you want to do some BGP MPLS configuration, so you can do that. So a lot of topology are there. You can just build your own topology also if you want, right? HSRP, VRRP, you want to build that, you want to test on this topology, you can do that also. So almost IPsec, VPN, GRE tunnel, everything is going to be there. So whatever you want to test, you can test it. You can just perform the configuration, and based on that, you can just do your use case testing. So lab is going to be available 24/7, and you can access anytime as per your requirement. Even you want to build your labs, just let us know. We'll give the full access. You can build your own labs as well, and you can do your all configuration as well. So lab is going to be provided by us, and it is going to be accessible from the anywhere. Just you require the internet access. So that will give that. Once we start the session and we start running this particular NRC, so there are total 4 modules in NRC, and this is as per the Cisco. So we have the layer 3 technologies where we are going to more focus about the EIGRP. We are going to focus about the OSPF and also BGP, and not only IPv4. We also going to cover about the IPv6. So dual stack is going to cover, because you have to understand how I can cover my means how I can configure the IPv6 under the EIGRP, BGP, OSPF, and how I can build the neighborship and all. And we have the VPN technology where we can have a DM VPN, MGR tunnel understanding, infrastructure security, infrastructure services. So there are total 4 modules. And if you just break down this module, so you are going to get this kind of the content. Means you have to understand how I can troubleshoot administrative distance, all routing protocol, how I can configure and troubleshoot about the route map, attribute tagging, filtering. These are the advanced things. And also you're going to understand how I can prevent the loops and in different split horizon rule, route poisoning, filtering, prefix list, distribute list, access list, how it is going to be applied, redistribution between the multiple routing protocols you are going to get, and manual and auto summarization with any routing protocol. So this is layer 3. And then further, you are going to understand how we can configure the policy based routing, what is my VRF light, and what is the bidirectional forwarding resistance, BFD. And then we land on the EIGRP, where you have to see, we have to understand what is the address family, IPv4 and IPv6, neighbor relationship and the authentication. We have to understand what is my RD, FD. You can see here, right? So we have the RD, FD, successor, feasible successor, stub router. So everything you have to understand, and load balancing, equal, unequal in the EIGRP metric type. Then you have to again back to the OSPF. OSPF again V2 and V3. So you have to understand about the IPv4 and IPv6 both, and neighbor relationship, authentication, neighbor type, router type, and also you have to understand different network type, point to point, multi-point, broadcast, non-broadcast, area type, backbone, normal, stub area, totally stub area, to NSSA, no service stub area, what is the AVR, what is the backbone router, what is the ASBR, what is the virtual link. So guys, you are going to do the lot of deep dive about the routing like EIGRP and OSPF. And then if you move to further, you have the further like path preference and BGP. So BGP again on the basis of the both IPv4 and IPv6. You are going to understand neighbor relationship, how the next hop is going to be configured, multi-hop, like what is the 4 byte AS number, how it is going to be calculated, private AS number, public AS number, route refresh, synchronization, operation peer groups, state and timers, path attribute, path selection process, route reflector, confederation, dynamic peer, policy, inbound, outbound, path manipulation. So you can just understand based on the topics how much you have the right knowledge. So if you think like I have the 60-70% already knowledge, so I will say no, you don't have to do that. So you just have to stretch yourself, and you have to do your lab, you have to do your practice. You can just find out the free resources from the internet, and you can just get some good knowledge. but you're thinking like I have 10-20% only knowledge, I have CCNA, because CCNA have the very limited kind of the like the configuration and troubleshooting. So if you really want to upgrade, then this is right thing for you. You should always choose this track, and you should approach to just how I can learn more and more things about the advanced routing. Any question, please let me know, guys. You guys have any question? Anyone? I can see pin silent here, but let me know. Okay, so the next thing, like we have the, yes, Madan, you have anything?
Yes, yes, sir. I have one question.
Yes, please ask.
सर मेरा जैसे आपने अभी एनआरसी में बताया, मतलब इतना कुछ है एनआरसी में, और दूसरा बात आप जैसे बताते तो फिर से एनर्जी आ जाती है सीखने के लिए। तो ये जो बैच होगा तो ये आप लेंगे सर?
Yes, that is going to be happen. Like there's two time slot. One is the evening. One is the like that is going to be like weekend. So we'll let you know, Madan. Right? So
ओके
I'll
सर,
also take the batch, but we'll update you. All right.
ओके सर, थैंक यू सो मच।
Okay. So further we have the VPN technologies. That is the MPLS operation. If you have like understand how the MPLS operation is going to be happen, like what is the LSR, what is the LDP, label switching, LSP, we have to understand about the MPLS layer 3 VPN, GRE, MGRE, NHRP, IPsec, dynamic neighbors, spoke to spoke. So trust me guys, these technologies are like very popular nowadays. Even we have the SD-WAN, but still this GRE, MGRE, NHRP, IPsec, dynamic neighbor, spoke to spoke communication, this concept is even going to use in the new SD-WAN solutions as well. So if you have the very good understanding about DMVPN, so you can correlate how the SD-WAN solution is working and how it is look more similar to DMVPN. So this is how VPN technology is going to happen for the MPLS. And then you have the further, like you have to understand about TechAx, radius, local database. You have to do troubleshooting about the IP access list, control standard extended time base, how we can create the access list, how we can do the filtering based on the IPv6 access list. What is my unicast reverse path forwarding, how it is going to work. And then also we have to understand what is your COP policy, telnet, SSH, HTTPS, SNMP, EIGRP, OSPF, BGP. And also we have to understand like we have the concept like IPv6 first hop security feature that is going to be look like how we can do that configuration for the line VTY console, SSH, HTTPS, SAP, FTP, SNMP v2c and v3, how it is going to configure DSCP troubleshooting, like we have some local syslog debug, conditional debug, timestamp, how it is going to configure in the router, and how we can send the logs to a syslog server. So we have a lot of thing in the infrastructure, and also we have a lot of thing in the like infrastructure security about the real-time TechAx radius configurations. And then also we have to understand about NetFlow configuration, DNS center, how it is going to be connected with the routing engine, how they are going to monitor the health of the network. So this is how it is going to happen for the CCNP NRC. So in the NRC, you guys are going to get entire depth knowledge of that particular routing segment. Means by end of the course, you will feel that I have something special because you learn something at the advanced level. You've done the practical, that is the advanced level. So if you are going to present yourself in front of the anyone, so that is also going to be an advanced level. So that is going to be impressed. The interviewer is going to be impressed. Your manager is going to be impressed. Your client is going to be impressed. So that's the learning, right? So we have to cover. So this is all about the CCNP and RC. If you have any question, please feel free to ask. If I talk about the ENCOR, right? So ENCOR have total 6 module, guys. In this ENCOR, we have total 6 module where we have the architecture, virtualization, infrastructure, network security, network assurance, and security and automation. So in this particular 6 module, out of this 6 module, you have to learn about the detailed architecture of the modern network, like how my networking is going to look like, how I can do the virtualization, how I can do the infrastructure, right? Management and configuration, where we have to learn about the some routing concept also, plus some switching concept also we have to learn here. So that is going to part. I'll just show you later. And also you have to understand how we can do the network troubleshooting like ping, trace, SSH, telnet. And then also we can do the some security stuff and then finally automation. So this ENCOR having a lot of parameters, and this is something going to combine of the multiple technology in one syllabus. but that is going to give you the overview. Like some part you are going to get, let's suppose you want to understand the architecture. So you are going to get network architecture overview. You are going to do the detailed discussion, virtualization overview, and some detailed discussion. Infrastructure, you are going to do some detailed understanding of the infrastructure and some basic configuration of the BGP, OSPF, EIGRP, and wireless. Network assurance, you are going to do some basic troubleshooting, right? Security, you're going to understand the next generation firewall feature, NetSec, MACsec, how it is going to happen, that you're going to understand. Automation, you can understand how the Python JSON is going to be look like, how I can run the REST API, how I can just get the different automation tool, Ansible, Safe, Puppet, like that. So we have a lot of topics here, and based on that topics, we have to break down into multiple subtopics as well. So let me go here. And you can see in the architecture sections, we have the multiple, right? You have to understand the tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier like 3, and the data center, that is a fabric, high ability techniques such as the redundancy, FHRP, SSO. We have the wireless concept, centralized management, distributed, controllerless, controller-based, cloud, remote. So even you are going to understand about the wireless technology as well. WLAN, client density. You can see we have to understand about the SD-WAN concept. So that is a lab is not going to be part of this particular course, but you are going to at least understand the principle of the SD-WAN. What are the different component of the SD-WAN? What is my vManage? What is my vSmart? What is my VH router? What is my CH router? What is my vBond device? How overall SD-WAN fabric is going to make difference in your life if you compare with the traditional WAN. So that thing also you are going to understand. Then similarly, you are going to understand about the SD access solution. That's the SD LAN. Similar to the SD WAN, we have the SD LAN as well. So that also you are going to understand, like control plane, data plane, what is the DNS center, and how the SD access is going to onboard the wireless network, ICE, another, like we have the different kind of the component in the SD access. So that also we are going to understand. And then we have the QS, and we have to discuss about the safe, CAM, TAM, REEF, FIB, adjacency table. So this also we'll discuss. Then we have the virtualization. We have to understand about the virtualization technology. What is my hypervisor 1, and what is the my hypervisor 2, and virtual machine, virtual switching, VRF, GRE, IPsec. So these all virtualization you are going to learn in the CCNP ENCOR. So if you are doing the CCNP ENCOR and ENARSI together, so you are going to get both flavor, entire routing, and if I move about VXLAN lips also you're going to learn here, and here also you're going to understand switching. So here you can see layer 2 technology in infrastructure. So routing is going to be part from the NRC, and switching is part of the basically in core. And along with that also you're going to understand about some kind of the advanced feature about the your next generation networking, DNS center, SD-WAN, wireless, and here you can learn EIGRP, OSPF, metric, component, area type configuration also you're going to get that. And you can configure the OSPF V2, V3 as well. BGP, policy-based routing you can do from here as well. Okay. So in this wireless also, you are going to get some more detail about the wireless. How we can describe the layer 1 concept, RF, power, RSSI, signal to noise ratio, interference, band, channel, wireless client device capability, AP modes, antenna types. We have to understand about the discovery algorithm, wireless selection process. We have to understand about layer 3 to layer 2 roaming, how it is going to happen within the organizations. And also you have to understand how we can configure the wireless and all. So this syllabus is quite very big. We have to learn a lot of things. Okay. So IP services, NAT, PAT, you learn NTP, PTP, you have to learn VRRP, HSRP, you have to learn multicasting, you have to learn. And then you have the span, RSPAN, IPSLA, RateConf, NetConf, ping, SNMP, syslog, this kind of things you're going to learn. And then you have to learn about AAA, line user authentication, ACL, COPS policy. And then we have to understand about the authentication as well in security. And also we have the endpoint security where we can discuss about the next generation firewall, TrustSec, MACsec, and also 802.1x map and WebAuth, how this is going to be look like. And last module we have, that is the automation. So you are going to get deep understanding at least how you can do some automation configuration. Let's suppose you have to pull some configuration from devices. So how can I do that? How I can understand JSON configuration? How I can understand different data modeling language such as Yang? What is the API? I'll explain how this API query is going to be happen from the Postman tool to particular vManage or DNS center, and how we can basically interpret REST API response code. Like we have the different response HTTP verbs, right? Get, put, post, like that. So we have to understand how it is going to be called and how the response is going to come. So that also we are going to get from here. And also we'll understand about the EMA scripting part, troubleshooting, how it is going to apply the Ansible, Salt, Stack, right? And what is the agentless and agent basis orchestration tool such as Safe, Puppet, like that. So in nutshell, if you are going to do CCNP ENCOR in ENARSI, complete, you are going to become a network engineer because already you have the CCNA knowledge. And now you have done the CCNP, where you have done the ENCOR plus ENARSI. So here you're going to get the advanced routing. That's all is going to cover. Here you're going to get your routing basic plus switching as well, plus WLAN, that is your wireless, plus automation, right? Plus some security concept. So plus you are going to get the SD-WAN concept. You are going to get the SD access concept. So everything is here. So CCNP ENCOR is more about the theoretical concept you're going to get, some practical concept you're going to get, but in advanced routing, you're going to get everything about the advanced configuration. So we'll go step by step. Might be we'll start with the routing where we'll understand entire routing first. So your life is going to be very easy. Then you can go and learn the theoretical stuff. Or we can go with the either way around. Like we can just learn theoretical or might be the NRC. So it's totally like up to you guys how you want to do that. But I would suggest you have to do both of the sections in core and NRC. Please let me know, guys, if you have any question, because I'm speaking since last 45 minutes. Please let me know if you have any question. Else we'll start in very soon, probably this Saturday, 12 p.m. IST. This batch is going to be start, right? And we'll discuss in very detail how step by step every concept is going to be clear. So probably we are going to start from the routing, where we'll discuss about the advanced routing. Means we are discuss about the OSPF, EIGRP, BGP, everything. So that is going to give the good start for you all. At least you learn about the advanced routing. So when you back again for the means CCNP in core, so you don't have to do again the same work. Why? Because you start learning from the very scratch, like OSPF, EIGRP. So you are going to get from the very scratch to high level understanding. So that all is going to be covered. This is my just suggestion. And rest, once we have the good knowledge of the routing, then we can understand about some theoretical concept as well. Okay. Any question, guys? Please let me know.
हाँ सर, मैं पूछना चाहता था जैसे कि एक आई स्पीक इन हिंदी बट एक फायरवॉल का पर्सन है, बट उसके लिए भी मस्ट है ना राउटिंग स्विचिंग, मींस उसके लिए मींस अब मैं एनआरसी तक का नॉलेज तो होना चाहिए ना सर?
Yes, go. Actually, what is going to happen? Even the firewall, right? We have the firewall, and like we are talking about the Palo Alto firewalls, right? We are talking about the FortiGate firewall. We are talking about the Cisco ASA firewall. They all have the advanced routing concept. Meant be you can configure the BGP, you can configure the OSPF, you can configure the static routing, you can do the redistribution, you can apply the tag, you can apply the attribute. So if you are having that routing knowledge, your life is going to very easy for the firewall technology as well. Because the firewall is as much as capable, what can router do that for the small or mid range of the organizations. So every company is trying to save your money, and they are basically going to use their firewalls that can also supporting your routing and switching capability. So
राइट सर.
it is always going to good to have the good knowledge about the routing and switching. It's your asset. Okay. Madan?
Yes, sir. Correct, sir. Thank you so much.
All right. Okay, Prashant, Rajneesh, any question? Mazid, Samsung who joined. Dinesh, if you have any question, whoever someone joined, please let me know if you have any question.
So this batch is going to be a weekend batch, right?
Yes, this is going to weekend. We'll start weekdays also, Dinesh, very soon. Okay.
Okay, so thank you.
Okay. I know you are looking for the weekdays, so we'll start with the weekdays as well.
Because Saturday is working day for me.
Yes, I know. Saturdays you're working, right? Yes, I know about you. You're waiting for
I just more than that, I just speak something about that syllabus you just said, right, sir? For the BGP also is covering in that, right?
yeah. BGP is 100% going to cover. So you're going to become a champion of the BGP. If you are going to do the NRC and BGP is not going to be covered, so there is no meaning of the like covering this syllabus. So see, in BGP, you are going to understand about the VRF, internal, external BGP, IBGP, EBGP. You're going to understand how the neighbor relations is going to happen. What is the step-by-step attribute is going to be configured, peer group, state, timers, preference, route reflector, configurations, dynamic peers, inbound, outbound filtering, how it is going to be happen. Okay, Dinesh?
Yeah.
So that is going to be 100% cover. No worry for that. All right. So any other question? Prashant, Rajneesh, you have anything to ask? Tenjo, you have anything to ask? Your voice is very low. I cannot hear you. All right, guys. So we'll connect in the next session. Thank you so much for joining today. Okay. Have a